NBC Bay Area News begins with breaking news.
Good evening, I'm Terry McSweeney.
And I'm Diane Dwyer. That breaking news is off the coast of San Mateo County. Tonight, a desperate search is underway at sea for 2 adults and 2 children. The Coast Guard says the 4 went missing after their 29-foot sailboat started taking on water. It happened about 65 miles off the coast of Pillar Point.
NBC Bay Area's Kimberly Terry is on Treasure Island tonight with the latest on efforts to find them. Kimberly.
A Coast Guard cutter was actually sent off from the other side of this island to help with that search tonight. We are told by the Coast Guard that they got the distress call at about 4:20 this afternoon that a 29-foot sailboat, possibly called Charmblow, 65 miles off the shore of Pillar Point, was taking on water. About an hour later at 5:30, the Coast Guard says the 2 adults and 2 children, both under the age of 8, abandoned ship. It is unclear whether they had life jackets, but the boat did not have rafts or survival suits.
We don't know what they had on board. We know they had a cooler and they had a life ring. So all we know is they were trying to do a makeshift life raft at this point. There definitely is. The water is very cold. There currently is gale force winds, and the sea state is pretty bad. So.
Right now, 2 helicopters, the cutter I mentioned, and also a patrol boat are out looking for those 4 victims, and the National Guard has also been called in to help. It has been about 5.5 hours now since those 4 people abandoned ship, so of course there is concern since several searches of the area have turned up nothing. The Coast Guard says that the distress call was broken up. It was very difficult to understand, but they do believe that that sailboat is called Charmblow or something similar to that, something that may sound like that. So they are asking tonight for the public's help. If you know of a boat named Charmblow or something that sounds like that, please contact the Coast Guard because they do not know where this boat was coming from or where it was heading to. So if you have any information, the Coast Guard does want to hear from you. Live on Treasure Island tonight, Kimberly Terry, NBC Bay Area News.
Kimberly, thanks very much.
Meteorologist Rob Maeda is tracking the conditions in the area. And Rob, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, right now, visibility is actually fairly good from San Francisco out to the coast. We don't have any fog or low clouds, but the water conditions, as you heard mentioned, are pretty rough. We're watching those waves generally northwest swell at 10 to 11 feet. And you can see the wind conditions northwest at 20. That's off the coast of Santa Cruz. Closer to the search area off Pillar Point, the Half Moon Bay buoy showing you the water temperature of 50 degrees. Winds there from about 10 to 20 miles per hour, and the combined seas up to 11 feet. So while visibility is good, ocean conditions very rough for any type of small craft out there. The reason why we do have a small craft advisory for the overnight hours. So if the search crews could hopefully use some type of infrared or thermal imaging cameras with that visibility, they may be able to spot those folks and make a rescue tonight. But those sea conditions certainly not helping rescue efforts. Very rough, very choppy and windy. Those conditions expected to continue into the morning. Diane?